Greetings, my friends. If you're an American, I've got some bad news for you. Most Americans don't know what goes on in the military other than what they hear on the news, which a lot of times isn't the straight scoop. I'll give you the straight scoop because, I spent 20 years in the military, mostly with the Marines, with the infantry, with recon, and I can tell you a lot about the Marine Corps, an awful lot. And here's the headline that I just saw today. The Royal Marines forced the U.S. Marines to surrender soon after a simulated combat exercise at Camp Pendleton, California, one of the Marines' bastions. Camp Lejeune on the East Coast down in Carolina, massive base. Camp Pendleton on the West Coast in California, massive base. These bases, when I was in, we trained like madmen on these bases, man. We were non-stop training, constantly training. We would never surrender to anyone. We fought the best militaries in the world on our own turf at Camp Lejeune and Camp Pendleton, but we also fought them in their own countries. We were all over the world fighting the best Marines, the best special forces, whoever it was. We were out there fighting with them and simulated exercises, combat exercises, and we were, for the lion's share of the time, the top unit, and we would never surrender, never call timeout a couple days into exercise and say, we need to reset this because we're getting our butts kicked. I couldn't believe what I read. The only military that I knew that was a tougher bunch than us, and that included the women as well, the women and the men, was Israel. Israel was a tough bunch of people, man. They had some tough military. Their regular military, their special ops, men, women, didn't matter. They were tough as nails. They were hard to get a hold of. Other than that, we were able to easily, and we fought in simulated combat exercises, the Royal Marines. They're a good outfit. Royal Marines are a tough outfit, but they never beat anybody that I knew in the Marines, anybody that we trained against in my units or anyone that I knew. This training used to be our lifeblood. We would go out on a Monday. Here's how our routine worked. We go out on a Monday morning at like 5 in the morning, and we would start training. If we were in country, if we were on our base in Lejeune or Pendleton, wherever it was, we'd start training at 5 in the morning, be out in the field, and we would train until Friday, until about 16, 1700, 4 or 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then we would come back in for the weekend and start over again on Monday. If we're overseas, it would be sometimes 7 days a week training, but sometimes you'd have the weekend off or Saturday or Sunday. But you were always training for combat. You were training in mountain warfare schools, in jungle warfare schools. You were training in cold weather warfare schools, and you were training in desert warfare, and everywhere, beach attacks, beach assaults on the beachheads. You were always training, doing airborne exercises, jumping out of airplanes and helicopters, fast roping and rappelling, and just doing so many different things. And we were constantly training for combat, constantly. Here's the article. The Ministry of Defense explained that the battle exercise was testing the deployment of a new Littoral Response Group, LRG, in a guerrilla warfare fighting facility on the west coast of America against well-equipped U.S. Marines. But during the 5-day exercise, the culmination of 2 months of training, 2 months of desert training, the U.S. Marine Corps asked for a reset after the Royal Marines dominated the battle and killed off almost the entire U.S. Marine Corps units, reported the Daily Telegraph. I just can't believe this. But I've got a lot of buddies that are still in, and they've told me they don't train anymore like they used to. They're constantly being given books to read. It's all political. They have all kinds of agendas that are being pushed. I can't go into them because YouTube won't let me talk about it. They'll ban my videos. It's sad. I can't speak the truth. I have to skirt around it. But anyone with any common sense will know what I'm talking about. And the military is turned into a political arm of the government, and they just aren't fighting like they used to. And I've seen a lot of my buddies. A lot of them have gained a lot of weight, and they've gotten chunky. It used to be you had to be in shape in the military. You had a body fat test. You had to go in for a physical readiness test all the time, and you keep your body fat down. Now they've increased the body fat way up where people can be really overweight, which hurts preparedness because you can't fight well when you're overweight in the military. You have to be lean. You have to be able to go. And it's just amazing to me how much things have changed and how fast they've gone downhill. And the people who are supposed to be defending us, You see what's going on. For an elite Marine Corps unit, probably an entire regiment, which would be 4 battalions, 1,000 Marines each, about 4,000 in a regiment, to be out there fighting. It could be multiple regiments, to be fighting on their home turf. They had a month to prepare at Pendleton, to be beaten by a foreign Marine Corps, and to have to call timeout shortly into it because you're getting slaughtered in the combat training is humiliating. It's inexcusable. That never, ever, ever happened during my 20 years. I can assure you of that. Never saw it, never heard of it, and I was always involved with these exercises. It breaks my heart to see this. It really does. And so imagine what other countries like Russia and China and the Middle East are thinking, looking at this, and Israel thinking, man, the U.S. Marines, the elite forces, got their butts kicked on their home turf and had to call timeout because had begged for mercy because they were getting slaughtered so bad within a short period of time. I just can't believe it. It breaks my heart. It really does. It's just the saddest thing that I've ever heard for the Marine Corps in my life. And if this is happening to the Marines, you got the Army, you got the Navy, you got the Air Force. What are they doing? I got buddies who have been in there before. I don't keep in contact with a lot of them. I've got friends on social media who have been in those branches. But I'd be curious to see what's going on with their guys as well, because this is sad, my friends. If we get into a major war, what's this country going to be able to do? How's it going to be able to defend itself? Maybe, I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me to read about this. It was a gut punch. I couldn't believe it. It made me sad, and it just broke my heart. This is a Christian channel, so if you want to know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, I've got a prayer and 6 vital next steps in a box photo video. Pray it, do them as soon as possible. No one's guaranteed another day, hour, minute, or second of your life. If you'd like prayer, contact me, and I'll be sure to pray for you every day. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter if you love me, if you hate me, if you're indifferent to me. I'll pray for you if you ask me to. You guys take care of yourself, and I just want to give you the heads up because, again, you don't get the heads up from the media. I'm giving you the facts from a 20-year veteran who served with these guys, and I know all the intricacies. This is unheard of. It's just unbelievable. Make sure you share. Bye.